Hey guys, so I just wanted to show you a demonstration of how we are building and deploying assistants, AI assistants in Newtuple currently. And I wanted to give you an example of a AI assistant that is used for improving our digital performance. So we have this assistant residing right here inside Slack, and we just have to tag it in a Slack channel, or we could have it also schedule these insights for us, and you directly ask questions inside, questions, or you assign tasks to the assistant right here. So you can ask, for example, explain the performance of Newtuple uh, digital channels in August 2025. I've already done a variation of that on top, but just wanted to showcase to you how easy it is to kind of have AI assistants work with you nowadays with all of the great technology that's available to us. So when I send this question to the digital analytics assistant, what is happening behind the scenes is there is a multi-agent framework or multi-agent assistant that is available and that gets called. And what is happening right now is this assistant is actually routing the call between multiple of these agents. To give you a quick idea, we have currently integrated this assistant with Google Analytics, with LinkedIn data at at a per day level, and Google Search Console as well. And you see what is happening here is it's running multiple tool calls. The assistant is actually telling us very clearly what kind of tool calls are being called. Some of the data is present in a database, and others are present via API, and we just give it a minute for it to continue with its analysis. As you can see, it is doing a fairly detailed breakdown of what's happening. Okay, so we have a full breakdown now of the digital performance of the website as well as other digital properties that we have. So I don't know if you noticed it. It ran multiple queries over here. It also recovers from query failures and so on. But let's look at the insights. It tells me what is the sessions, number of sessions, total users, new users, etc. So it's giving me a good sense of performance of how we are performing digitally. And also in terms of is there a growth in any particular channel and so on. So it's gone in and fetched some really interesting insights. For example, it looks like sessions from Google searches are trending downwards in August compared to July, and in LinkedIn it seems like it has gone up because we might have published more relevant content, right? So, and it also summarizes all of this. Direct and LinkedIn referrals rose. There's more referrals now. And also there's a concentration risk. 2 days of August 10 and August 14th published much of the sessions. It may be the dates on which we published our LinkedIn posts or our blog articles, but you see the detail in which it is giving us that information. You can actually go in more detail and ask about once you've got this information, you can ask more about search queries. What about search performance? Right now, in this case, what I want to do is, that sessions from Google are down, so we want to understand a little bit better if there is something we can optimize for. And what's happening now is it's going to go in, contextually understand what was asked before. It has a history of what was published as insight, and it's going to go into our Google Search Console data as well. So let's give it another minute or so for it to assess and analyze. Alright, so we're back, and it's given us a whole bunch of interesting insights about search performance, and here's what we can see. Organic search performance dropped sharply. Now I'm already investigating, that in terms of sessions from Google it was reducing, but what else is changing? The number of clicks, etc. were also reducing, but I also see what queries are, what are people searching for before they see a Newtuple blog article or a website. So I see people are searching for dolphin OCR. We published a great piece about comparing dolphin and paddle a couple of months back, and that's driving impressions, it's driving clicks. and people are talking about PG vector versus chroma DB. Again, this is an older article that was published by someone in the team about the performance of PG vector versus chroma DB. So you really see at a very granular level what kind of search queries are we ranking on in terms of average position, etc. So this is akin to having a digital analyst on board, because it is doing a very thorough analysis. It's running multiple queries on different data models as well, and it's giving me like actionable insights. So it's telling me, for example, here's what you can do: investigate pages with the largest amount of click loss, and so on. Now I can also actually do I can do more stuff with this assistant, which is more actionable for us. So Dolphin OCR or PG vector versus chroma DB, especially this Dolphin OCR seems to have lots of impressions, and we are ranking fairly well. So I can actually do some content research, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to say do some content research on the next pieces of content we can create around Dolphin OCR, since that has high impressions. Right, so now this is actually going to hand off to another agent, which will actually run multiple internet searches to understand what kind of content we can write specifically about that query where we are ranking high on and where we have lots of impressions. Because as you understand this domain fairly well, if you want to drive impressions as well as you want to drive clicks in terms of impressions, and then that can get leads into your funnel. So let's see what's happening here for a sec. So it's actually coming back to me we're trying to understand what it should research for, and it's asking for my feedback. It's saying what all should I look for. This is what it's planning, 5 to 8 content prioritize ideas, and I can just click on this quick action here and click on approve research. All right, so we've got back some results in terms of content research as well. So it's given me first of all a lot of information about what I should be looking at. It's giving me a full breakdown, right? What are the research opportunities? It's also run the research assistant. So first of all, it gives me a snapshot of what was running before. It's reminding me of the performance of the website, and then after that, it's actually telling me about why this even matters. So SEO visibility is strong for Dolphin /OCR keywords, high impressions, etc. And it's also telling me what I should be doing. Okay, so high priority recommendations is to improve the CTR, the click-through rate for the finance OCR article, and then tracking and conversions. And it's also giving me research that it has done using a Perplexity agent, right? So let's open this and see what all is given. So for example, the first one is it's saying Dolphin OCR versus Docling. This is the one that we already have, and then it's giving me 6 other ideas that we can use today. It's really good as a starting point for the team to build interesting content. Implementing Dolphin OCR for complex financial PDFs, best practices, and so on and so forth, right? So you can see that this is really, really actionable. It's really, really good, and it can actually help drive outcomes for us. I just wanted to show also how this complex assistant, which is able to do so many valuable tasks in this particular domain, how is it built? The way I built it is I used our assistant building platform. It's a multi-agent assistant building platform, and I'm just going to open up the editor and showcase to you how we did it. So this is a multi-agent platform that we have developed, and it consists of 3 different agents, right? Agent number 1 is a new tuple web and SEO agent. This has access to data from Google Analytics and LinkedIn. The second one is website content optimizer agent. I haven't shown a demo for that, but this is really interesting because it is directly connected to the Wix MCP server, and it actually fetches, for example, meta tags and lots of interesting SEO information from the pages of the website. And the third is the content researcher agent, which you saw just a minute ago. It is actually a Perplexity powered agent. Each one of these agents has their own prompts and their own parameters. Let's actually look at the website optimizer agent. So I can actually dive in and show you what that looks like. So every agent has a configuration. It has the full prompt. Now in this particular agent, the one that I haven't shown to you, but this allows me to query on the Wix website that we have as well. And you choose the model. You choose the model and the parameters here. So we are using GPT-5 Mini on all of our agents in these demonstrations and in these even for internal use. It's a really good model. Just wanted to lay it out there. And finally, the tools that we want to have each agent connect to. As you can see, there's a MCP server that is the Wix MCP server that is easily and quickly added into this agent itself. Just going back to this once again, so that's how it is done. And once you develop your agents and you connect them to each other, yes, there is a significant amount of work in terms of building the prompts and optimizing the tools and so on. But once you build it, it's as easy as clicking on a single button here and connecting it into Slack. So what that allows us to do is to really move quickly on prototyping, on iteration, on prompt improvements, and so on. This is just an example of how we build, another example of how we use assistants inside our own day-to-day work. I hope you found it useful. Thank you.